Arthritis.
Arthritis.
Arthritis is unacceptable.
Is unacceptable.
Is unacceptable.
Arthritis.
Non-acceptable.
Arthritis is unacceptable.
Is unacceptable.
Arthritis
is unacceptable.
Arthritis
Is unacceptable. Arthritis is unacceptable.
Arthritis
Arthritis.
Arthritis
Is unacceptable.
Arthritis.
Is unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Arthritis is unacceptable.
Arthritis is unacceptable.
So arthritis is the most common cause of disability in the United States, nearly limiting 21 million people in the United States from doing normal daily activities. It's important to identify and treat these problems aggressively.
It was the start of another Judson softball season.
Hold on, is this really the life I'm living?
It was my unfortunate wake-up call with some big lifestyle challenges I was not ready for personally. I was oblivious to my fast-paced schedule. I thought I was invincible and could do whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. I did not realize God had other plans for me. When I look back to some of the things which I blew off as minor aches and pains in the previous months of my diagnosis of rheumatoid arthritis, I realize now it was the start of the autoimmune disease. I have lived a perfectly healthy life with working out pretty much every weekday of my life since playing 2 sports in college. I've worked extremely hard and long hours since my first job in a restaurant while in middle school. I love working, and this mindset carried over to my teaching and coaching career. I remember being able to function on 4 to 6 hours of sleep when I worked some of my longest hours while coaching. However, during the first weeks of preseason this past softball season, my life came to a quick standstill because of the pain I was experiencing in my back. I tried to push through and get some help from the chiropractor with an adjustment, but our hopes of a pinched nerve was far from the diagnosis of RA. I went to my chiropractor for around 7 days, and during the visits, my shoulder started to get better, but other areas were affected by the adjustments. My first experience was fluid in my left knee, then the pain went to my right wrist, and moved to my fingers where I was unable to use my fingers to give my coaching hand signals. At times, I felt lost and scared, not sure what was happening to my body. And I was leaving for a Brenham softball tournament and woke around 5 a.m. thinking my right ankle felt stiff. When I made my first step out of bed, I did not know what was happening. I turned on the light and looked at an ankle that looked bruised and sprained. It scared me because I had never sprained an ankle and had never experienced this kind of discomfort. I really did not know what to do because I needed to get ready to be on the road with my team for 3 days. I called my mother, who is a nurse, and told her I needed to be seen by my family doctor because I knew something was horribly wrong. I was fortunate because Dr. Nolan was in LaGrange, which would be along the way to Brenham. Dr. Nolan would have my mom take my blood work after my games on Thursday, and the blood work would be sent to the lab on Friday. I knew by Sunday my RA factor was 3 times the norm, and it seemed I would be diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. While doing different blood tests, I also had an ultrasound to check out what was happening internally. Everything came back good, but I developed an ulcer. I switched to the weekly Enbrel shot in May and stopped the methotrexate and prednisone. Then in August, I started working with a gastroenterologist to see why my liver functions were elevated. I will never know how I got the disease, but I do know my grandmother had arthritis in her hands and feet. She continued to sew and bake her famous kolaches despite swollen hands and fingers. She never complained, but she had to be in intense pain because I don't remember her taking any meds. Since I had been on my meds, I don't have the sharp jaw pain I had for 3 months, or the nagging wrist pain. I also have not had a flare-up since my original week in February when I was diagnosed. My body has learned to make changes to adapt to my personal needs. I now have to have a minimal of 7 to 8 hours of rest if I want to have a good day. When I don't get my rest, I feel pain and discomfort throughout the day. I wake up a little slow, but my daily workout helps me to get into my normal working self. I can't go the hour plus I would like. I don't run as much because my joints usually hurt from the pounding. However, my body loves a great workout, and I know this is the reason why I'm adapting so well. I've been blessed with the early stages of RA, and the first year to 2 years are the most important years to put it in remission. 10 to 25% of patients will put the disease in remission, and 1 out of 5 will have arthritis. Right now, there's no cure for the disease, and it is the leading cause of disability. I know many of you had no idea young children are being diagnosed and did not realize how aggressive this disease can be. I personally thought it was something I would get maybe later on in life from the wear and tear of being so active. I never thought my life would change overnight. I don't regret getting RA because now I have the opportunity to educate all of you and help find a cure for this disease. God gave me this opportunity, and I pray you will open your hearts by donating to this needy cause. I want heroes like 4-year-old Reagan Minchow, 5-year-old Michaela Serrano, and 11-year-old Alex Brenner to be able to live a healthy life. They deserve a cure, just like everybody else who's affected by arthritis. I know we can make a difference.
Arthritis is unacceptable.
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 Arthritis is unacceptable. Arthritis is unacceptable.
Arthritis is unacceptable.
Arthritis is unacceptable. Arthritis is unacceptable. Arthritis is unacceptable.
Everybody falls sometimes. Gotta find the strength to rise from the ashes and make a new beginning.